Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Diorio, and this is my community in words and pictures. My community is Barrington, New Jersey. It is a small town located in South New Jersey, about 10 minutes away from Camden, 15 minutes away from the Philadelphia area, 15 minutes away from the Cherry Hill area. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with New Jersey, but here is the presentation. So just to start off with the demographics. The town is made up of 6,716 people as of 2019. I would imagine the numbers stayed similar around the same amount since then, obviously growing a bit, but nothing too crazy. A breakdown of the races in town. It's a predominantly white town, so 86.4% of the citizens are white, 5.2% of the citizens are Hispanic or Latino, 3% of the citizens are Black or African American, 2.6% of the citizens are two or more races, 1.3% being of Asian descent, or other population being 0.09%. As for the gender breakdown, 3,315 of the population are males, while 3,327 are female. I just thought that was a little interesting statistics. Never really thought of it that way, but it's a pretty equal split, obviously. As for ages within the group, the median age for Barrington is 39.2. It went up prior to the previous year. The previous year is 38.5. And I think that correlates with the fact that a lot of people stay within the town. Like myself, I've been here since I was 5, so I've been here for 16 years. So I think that's the case for most people in town. So as those people that have lived here their entire lives, they continue to get older. I mean, it's just really just a hypothesis, but I thought it was interesting to look at it that way. The breakdown of the ages, 8.93% are younger than 5, 10.4% are 5 to 17 years old, 5% are 18 to 24 years old, 18.1% are 25 to 34 years old, 12.1% are 35 to 44 years old, 11.8 are 44 to 54 years old, and 27.3 are 55 and older. We actually also have a 55 and older community in town too. Just a few more demographics continued. Just a little map to give you guys an idea if you're not familiar with the New Jersey area. So Barrington is located right here. We have Philadelphia and Camden right next to it. This is all of Camden County. We're right next to Gloucester County and Burlington County. So big towns in Gloucester County are Woodbury, Deptford, Williamstown. Not sure if any of these names are ringing a bell for you guys. And then Burlington County is like Burlington, obviously, Bordentown. Right, it kind of borders right on the Trenton area. And then we have Atlantic County, which gets into the shores, and Cape May County, which is about an hour to an hour and a half away from me. And then, yeah, so the median property value is $900,000. Totally butchered that. I'm so sorry. So the property value is a little bit higher than usual, especially within Camden County. There aren't too many towns that have that high of a property value, but there definitely are some that are way higher than Barrington. The median house income is $75,720, and there are 2,780 households within the town. So I just thought that was a little interesting statistics, just with the population being a little bit over 6,000, a little bit over 2,000 households. Just thought it was cool to look at it that way. 97.3% of the population are citizens, and 7.82% of the population are living in poverty. So that's 522 out of the 6,780 people living in town. I believe that number is so low just because the property value is high around here, along with the taxes. The taxes that the towns are appraised for are pretty high as well, so it's kind of hard for someone to live in poverty around here, sadly. The largest demographic that are in poverty are females in the ages 55 to 64, and males are right after them in the age bracket of 45 to 54, and then lastly, that is that 25 to 34 group of males that are in poverty within the town. As for crime rates, there really wasn't too much crime to focus on within town. My life here, I haven't really remembered much, except your minimal things here. Um, just a breakdown showing you how crime has changed over the years. Looking at assaults, particularly in 2018, there was much more assaults than any other time. Wish I knew the exact reason why, but unfortunately I don't. When I was looking at crimes like rape, murder, sexual assault, there was 1 to 2 cases in the last 5 years, so I didn't really think that was anything that I could focus on. So this is just to show you how things can change within the year. Some of the important institutions within town, so the school system breaks down like this. Children from grades from kindergarten to 4th grade attend the Avon Elementary School in town, and once they're done 4th grade, they move on to Woodland Middle School, which is 5th through 8th, and then after that they actually go to Haddon Heights High School, which is the town right next to Barrington. So because Barrington is such small of a town, they don't think that they should make a high school just for them. So they go with the town Haddon Heights along with Lawnside, and they actually just added on Merchantville recently. So there's 4 towns that go to that school, but it's still a pretty small school. I graduated with about 280 people, so not the smallest, not the biggest in any sort of means, especially to those who experience much bigger schools. I can't imagine. But the school ratings are a bit mix of above average and average school ratings. There's about 4 different churches in town. There's a Bible school, there's a gospel hall, there's a Catholic church, and I believe another Bible school. So it gives you a bit of variety within religions, so you don't feel stuck with one. Sports are very active around town. There's a local soccer club for ages from 4 to 17, I believe. And then there's a baseball league for ages 4 to 14. And then any other sport, like I said before, because the town's so small, a lot of the local towns coincide with each other. So most kids go to different towns, from all different towns, to play things like football, lacrosse, field hockey, track and field, things like that. There's a ton of events in town all the time. One of the biggest one probably being the Harvest Festival, which runs up our main road, which is Clemens Bridge Road. And it's always in the fall, just to celebrate fall coming. There's usually about 3,000 people that attend. It's a huge thing. It's very exciting. Sadly, it was canceled because of COVID, but I know a lot of people love it. We also celebrate Barrington Day, which just has everyone being prideful to live in Barrington. It's a nice fun day for the kids in the summertime. We have our town-wide yard sale, tree lighting for the holidays, a huge 4th of July parade. When the town turned 100, we actually had a huge celebration for that. That it was actually the reason for this clock, was its 100-year anniversary. So things like that, it just makes people prideful for living in the town. I apologize if this map's a little blurry, but just to break down the location one more time, this star right here is Barrington. So like I mentioned before, very close to Philadelphia. It depends on the time of day, but you can get there as quick as 15 minutes, or it can take a bit longer if there's a ton of traffic on a Friday afternoon. Camden is right there as well. Takes me about 15 minutes to get to work every morning. The Cherry Hill area is very close, 10-15 minute drive. Voorhees area, 10-15 minutes. The Shores, like I said, hour and a half. Delaware, 45 minutes. Places like Chester, an hour at most. So it's really in a great location that it's not too far anywhere you need to go. If you're getting up to more North Jersey, it can take you a little bit more, from an hour and a half to 2 hours. But still, to have all those options in the matter of 2 hours is pretty lucky. I don't realize that not many people have that advantage. I do believe Barrington is a good community. The safety, crime rates are low, as we saw, and the crimes that do occur are very invasive crimes. Not to diminish anyone that has gone through those crimes, but they're not as tough as some may say. Makes me feel safe, at least. For the goods and services, there's an abundance of events that try to include citizens. Something that we've been focusing on lately that I'm actually a part of is our vaccine committee. So I'm a part of the committee that helps the elderly population in Barrington get vaccinated because they are unable to use the internet, and everything's on the internet for the vaccines. So what I do is I call them and I set them up a vaccine appointment, and then I'm able to work with the county and push that appointment up as close as the next week. So it's really cool to see that they care about getting the community right and helping the elderly folks, because some of them really don't have anything. It's a really rewarding thing. That brings us very close with the citizens. It's an everyone knows everyone community, which obviously can be a bit tough at times, but it's nice to know wherever you go, someone's going to be looking out for you. And I really enjoy living in Barrington. I hope if any of you ever get a chance to visit, it's a very nice town. Like I said, very close knit. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.